Anyone remember when Sega just casually killed Sonic for a video game? Yeah, can we please do that again, or have something similar to it at least? The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was a small side project done by the social media team as an April Fool's joke. And let me tell you, this was more than just some kind of lazy April Fool's joke. This was a whole visual novel that takes a fun spin on the murder mystery party aspect, but applying it to Sonic characters. Long story short, you play as a Quokka whose canon name is Barry, which is starting a new job as a part of the staff on a main train called the Mirage Express. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, SBO, Vector, Rouge, Blaze, and Shadow all gather there to celebrate Amy's birthday by throwing a special party on board. Some technical issues happen, leading through everyone believing that Sonic is actually dead. Throughout this point-and-click adventure, you get fun little mini-games that you have to complete to proceed through certain areas. And it's eventually found out that the Mirage Express is just a super badnik made by Eggman in an attempt to take control of various cities' infrastructures, just so happening to capture Sonic within the process. We also find out that the train is sentient and is afraid of losing the conductor to retirement and doesn't want to be left alone. But to get back on track, yes, Sega, please, let's kill Sonic once again, or don't, and just make another visual novel-like game, because this was such a fun thing to do. The concept that started in Sonic Forces of being able to include yourself within the universe of Sonic as a character being extended over to this through the use of Barry makes the story more compelling and more immersive. I think having another game similar to this would be interesting. Now, I'm not entirely certain what the next game could potentially be, but for the sake of it being an April Fool's thing, I think it'd be great to continue this as like a sort of tradition. Talk about it a few times with friends here and there when the discussion of Sonic comes up, which for us is very often. We've all got that Sonictism within us. Ever so often we'll reminiscent on the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog and just talk about how it not only caught us off guard with the fact that Sega not only allowed for a game to be titled that, but also just giving us a really good full-length visual novel all for free. Like, if they were ever to do this again, I think it'd definitely be warranted to add a price tag to it, which I wouldn't mind because I paid good money for another game like this, and I'm sure many others would as well. Within the world of Sonic, there are a lot of different things you could do with this, and within the use of a visual novel, sometimes you can even do certain things that you're not allowed to do within an actual Sonic game, such as outright quote-unquote killing the main character of the franchise and then just bluntly putting it within the title of said game. With last year being the year of Shadow and us getting Shadow Generations as a part of it, that helped expand and explain more of Shadow's past, reintroducing his character to a large majority of the audience that may have gotten in from the movie franchise. I think there's a lot to be desired about another visual novel that could put more focus on certain characters that don't have a lot of expanded lore. One character that comes to mind as of recent is Silver the Hedgehog. I personally really never had much of a want for more Silver, at least not more than ever now, knowing that we could potentially get a deeper dive into his character, whether it be him reintroduced into the movie franchise or just outright doing something similar to Shadow Generations. Having another visual novel like The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, but making it based around Silver would actually be really cool. But I mean, you could really do it with any and all characters you want to expand on. Given that these games shouldn't really take all too much to develop, I'm sure producing something like this every 2 years or so could be a great idea, especially in terms of it just being a spin-off title. We could get brand new locations, returning locations, and overall just get a better sense of how connected the Sonic world really is from a visual novel. This could also be a good leadway for crossing certain IDW characters over into the mainline games as well. Now, I know this might not be for everyone. Visual novels aren't really much of my thing either, but I really did appreciate the effort that went into the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog alone. And when it comes to the Sonic franchise, which I care a lot about the gameplay of mainline games, spin-offs, etc., the lore of Sonic the Hedgehog is honestly what keeps me coming back, seeing how they tie things together and make things more interesting through storytelling. Speaking of which, remember Tori? You know, the pink-haired professor that works at Gun, that they keep showing off in the background everywhere, but doing literally nothing with her? I think a visual novel retaining around her would be very interesting. Just drop it out of nowhere. Don't make any hints. Just say, hey, this character? Yeah, she's got her own visual novel now. I would click download so fast. I just need more of her. A lot more of her. Maybe we could even get one with Big the Cat and Froggy, just a chill visual novel that also has a chill fishing minigame within it. I think that'd be really fun. I'm getting to the part of the script writing phase where I had this really great idea for a video and now I'm not really sure what to put here, so it's just a bunch of rambling at this point. So I do apologize for that, but honestly this video was just me wanting to plead, maybe even go so far as beg them for another visual novel. It's just so fun to see it come together. Plus, the playthroughs on YouTube from different content creators make it all the more fun, especially when it comes to live streams or just videos of people providing full-on fan dubs of the game itself to make for a more enjoyable and better experience for those who may not be able to play the game or may not be all that into visual novels and just want the story of it to play back to them as if they were listening to a podcast of some sort. Not to mention, just the art style alone for the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is really unique, and it's just honestly really eye candy. And I think having more of that within this genre would really be nice to see. The soundtrack also has a lot of bangers within it as well. To its core, it really is just a well thought out and very great pieced together game that I, as well as I'm sure many others personally, would love to see again. To save myself from repeating any previous statements, I think I'll go ahead and end the video here. But please, if you have anything you'd like to add on to with these thoughts, leave them in the comments below. The most recent video I did on Sonic Racing Crossworlds has really inspired me to make more videos within this format to start discussions and chat with people within the community, which has been really fun. And honestly, the most I feel like I've ever interacted within the community in a long while. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and share it around. If you want to see more Sonic content from here and support the channel, please subscribe and click that notification bell to keep up with any and all kinds of content that I upload to here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.